Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Financial Juneteenth, and I'm here talking again with my friend and respected colleague who looks like he just woke up, Mr. Damon Dash. How you doing today, brother?
What's happening?
Not much, man. Not much. I heard you setting up shop in North Carolina.
Yeah. We set the gallery up yesterday. We moved it to North Carolina, looked for some property, did some radio, launched the movie, music, just the whole movement out here.
So you
My
all,
man Jay Black.
so you always active. You always
For
acquiring
right now,
things, making moves,
for
stuff like
right
that.
now, for right now, so much to do. I really wish I could just focus on making movies, but I got to set the team up to play for it.
Okay. Hey, man, I wanted to ask you about something, man. The other day, about a couple of days ago, JayZ was on stage somewhere. I don't know where he was at, but he went into this freestyle, which was like kind of a YouTube, Spotify type of diss, where he was basically. It almost sounded like he was trying to say that that there was kind of a racial element to why that company he's got title is not doing as well, and that some people have an issue with him as a black man making a certain amount of money or him owning certain things as a black man. Uh, a lot of people were talking about this, and I was curious to know what you thought about that because I know you're big on black ownership and being a boss. What are your thoughts on that in terms of what you saw?
I mean, you sent it to me and I saw it, and I was really happy that the disses are now toward the corporate infrastructure, the machine, the awareness. See, I'm liking that. I know Jay, and as my experience with him, whatever's winning is what he's going to embrace. So if bringing awareness to being robbed as a culture is what's now in style, and I hopefully, that's what I wanted to happen. Remember, I came on like, yo, it's CEO beef. We don't need to be fighting each other. If the most commercial person that I know, if the person that is going with what the masses are going to go with is saying that, then that means that's where the whole tide is going. So, I mean, of course, the timing of it may make it look like he's doing it as a marketing plan, but good. Everything that he does is a marketing plan. So if being independent is a marketing plan, then that's good. And bringing awareness to being robbed so he can make money is a marketing plan, as opposed to bringing awareness to selling drugs or shooting, or I'm better than you because I have more money. Then I just think the tide is turning as far as mentality. Like when the most commercial person is saying that, even though he's talking about independence at the most commercial level, because that's where he starts and that's where he is at this moment. I still like that. That's the mentality. That's what the freestyles are about. We used to be freestyling about other rappers.
Okay,
The bigger picture is what I'd be concerned about. Like on a personal level, I know him, but on the bigger picture level, I think it's a good thing that that's where the bigger picture is going.
okay, so it sounds like you like what you're hearing, and I was thinking about the same thing too. I was trying to figure out, if this situation with Title was not going on, would he have still done that same freestyle? And as you mentioned, it definitely came off like a marketing plan, but it does seem like there's just kind of this push for everybody, commercialized or not. Like if you're not with this program that the people are on right now. I mean, because the people are really standing up right now. If you're not in connection with that, you're kind of being left behind. Is that the perception that you're kind of getting to?
I mean, I think the perception of not letting yourself be robbed and doing it yourself on levels is now what's the favorable perspective. But you got to remember, I've been saying this for years. So in my mind, I'm like, it's working. Like I'm hoping that maybe I had a part of the mentality of what's going on. But usually I'm kind of influential. So if that's where we're going, and if that's what's going to be commercialized independence, I'd rather that be commercialized than non-independence and us being violent with each other. You know what I mean? It's like on a for the bigger picture, yes, great.
Okay.
Personal, I don't get into the personal.
Okay, and I like that actually. I like the fact that you're separating the personal from the professional, and I think that just
Or
having
the bigger picture.
the bigger picture. There you go, the bigger picture, which I guess does even go beyond the professional, right? So you're talking about we as black people learning how to own our own stuff, and that's something that you're really big on. So in terms of how we should see things going forward. Things that we can learn from you as a businessman about how you kind of view business and kind of working. I mean, because it's not like you're saying let's not work with people who are not black. It seems like you have a lot of partnerships with people who aren't black, but it seems
Yeah,
like the partnerships are set up with a certain structure where you're more empowered as opposed to kind of being sucked in to somebody
right.
else's institution. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, because you put up your money, you're always a partner or you're hiring somebody. But you can't just work with one culture or one race. That's ridiculous. We all human. And I'm not trying to just sell to black people. You know what I mean? But I'm not just, I'm not, I don't, when I say culture vulture, I never mean color. I always mean mentality. So I work with like-minded people with the same fight. The fight is for awareness, for love. People that fight for the bigger picture and not themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Like we're like superheroes. It's not about me. I can be rich anytime. That's easy. I kind of fight for everybody that I want to be rich, which is everybody. And I see that if everyone's rich, then there'll be no more violence. People that are trying to one person rich and everyone wants to kill the one person rich because everyone's mad they're broke. So it's better for everyone to be rich, and that's what I want. But I'm glad that that's what people are talking about now. Glad that now I'm safe.
So you feel that now that people are starting to kind of understand where you've been coming from all along, how do you think that's going to change things in terms of, you kind of healing some of these relationships? Like the one that obviously the one that sticks out in everybody's mind is you and Jay. I kind of see from what I have seen, it seems that your partnership was so powerful back in the day, and I'm wondering if you had that. It sounds like you're kind of meeting in the same mental space. And I'm wondering if this had happened 20 years ago, how things might have been different with Rockefeller. What do you think about that?
Yeah, would have been. I mean, if there was an internet back then, again, Holmes was the kind of dude that just rolled with the winners, man. So whatever's winning is what he's rolling with. Period. That's his thing. But me, I'll fight for what I believe in. Like I'm gonna stick with the Raiders no matter what, even though they've been losing the last 14 years. I just one day I'm gonna just have to own them. But at the end of the day, I know that there's you got to win battles to win wars. So yeah, if that was what was popular back then that's what we'd have been doing back then. But it wasn't time. People didn't understand how to monetize the internet yet.
So you feel like black people are winning now?
I feel like it's a fair playing field, and now that it's about fairness, we're going to see who naturally is supposed to win, and whether it's culture or not, it's going to be about effort. But I think for black people, we can win now because there's nothing stopping us. There's no excusing us not winning.
Okay. So
And if we stick together, if on a mentality level we stick together, we'll really win big. And I think that's starting to be popular. I went to go visit with the minister